Alright guys, today's goal, the learner will understand how to graph quadratic functions in standard form. Okay? Standard form is ax squared plus bx plus c. When y equals ax squared plus bx plus c and a is greater than 0, they look like this. They open up. When y equals ax squared plus bx plus c and a is less than 0, it opens down. Anytime to find the x-coordinate of the vertex right here. It's called the axis of symmetry, and it's x equals negative b divided by 2a. And that's also the x-coordinate of the vertex. Okay, now the graph is narrower than the graph y equals x squared if the absolute value of a is greater than 1. It is wider if the absolute value of a is less than 1. This can help you for like multiple choice things, okay? And the y-intercept is c, so 0 comma c. That's always the y-intercept, and it's on the parabola. Okay? Another thing, minimum and maximum values. Okay, for y equals ax squared plus bx plus c, the vertex's y-coordinate is the minimum value of the function if a is greater than 0, so when it opens up, the vertex, the y value of the vertex is the minimum. And the maximum value if a is less than 0, when it opens down, it's a maximum value. Okay? So let's take a look at the first couple problems here. It says graph the function, label the vertex and axis of symmetry. Compare to the graph of y equals x squared. Okay, so graph the function. Step 1, find the vertex. X equals negative b divided by 2a. So you get x equals 0. Now plug that in. Y equals 1/4, 0 squared plus 2, so you get y equals 2. So you now have the point 0, comma 2. And we know the vertex, since a is positive, a is greater than 0, that means it opens up. And it says label the axis of symmetry. Well, the axis of symmetry is x equals 0. So it's right there. And then it says compare with the graph of y equals x squared. So this graph, you would say the graph is wider than y equals x squared. Okay, let's look at the next one. You have y equals 2x squared plus 6x plus 3. So x equals negative b divided by 2a. So you get negative 6/4, which is negative 3/2. So then plug that in. So you get 9/2 plus 9 plus 3, which is 33/2, which is 16.5. So what that lets us know is we need to change the scale, because otherwise that won't fit. So we have to, because we have to graph this point. Negative 3/2, comma 33/2. So what we would need to do is make these worth 2 each. So what you need to do then is label 2, 6, 10. And then label the x-axis 2, 6, 10. 10. That lets us know what you changed the label to. So then if we graph that, you would get the point right about there. And this opens up. And the axis of symmetry is x equals negative 3 over 2. And it goes down like that. And you would say this graph is narrower than y equals x squared. Hopefully this is a good review and a reminder of how to graph these. Okay? Alright, let's move on. Okay, tell whether the function has a maximum or minimum value and then find it. Okay, so let's look. Is a positive or negative? A equals 4, so it's positive, so therefore it has a minimum. Find it? Okay, well, first thing you need to do is find the x-coordinate. So you say x equals negative b divided by 2a. So you get negative 16 over 8, negative 2, but that's not the minimum. The minimum is the y value. So now that means plug it in. So you plug it in, then calculate it. You should get y equals negative 19. So that is the minimum value. It's not an ordered pair, it's that value. Okay? Let's look at the next example. It says, write a quadratic function in standard form that models the revenue from bike sales. What price produces the maximum revenue? It says, maximize revenue. A sports store sells about 50 mountain bikes per month at a price of $220 each. For each $20 decrease in price, about 10 more bikes per month are sold. So the first thing we have to do is define our variable. So we say let x represent the dollar decrease. Now we have to use that to set up our equation. And then we'll say this, let r of x, the revenue, or the y value, represent the monthly revenue. Why monthly? Because it gives you per month. Okay? So, let's think about this. R of x equals, well, the current price is $220. We're subtracting $20 in price. We don't know how many though. Now to get the revenue, it's the number of items sold, or it's the cost times the number of items sold. There's the cost. The number of items sold now would be 50 plus 10x. So multiply this out. You would get 11,000. Multiply those two. Plus 2,200 x minus 1,000 x minus 200 x squared. So you'd write that negative 200x squared plus 1,200x plus 11,000. So either use your graphing calculator or use it and bring in tomorrow what the maximum revenue would be. See you then.